I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's windy as hell outside. I just came from the park. If you're in Brooklyn, you know what Prospect Park is. I just came from Prospect Park. I wanted to go out there and just enjoy the sun, considering the week and we're about to have. Well, the rest of the week that we're about to have. I think Saturday and Sunday is going to be nice too. What's up, peoples? First of all, I want to give a shout out to Masterly Foolish for sending everybody my way. Thank you all for taking the time out to tune in. I appreciate your attention, and I'm looking forward to building with a lot of you guys, and just to not keep talking, maybe just express and share some experiences that I've had and possibly hear yours, and maybe even connect through some of you guys so we can see what's the next step and whatever. If you guys know of anyone that's doing things like planting foods, growing foods, trying to do different things together, I'm down. My email is in my about section. Definitely hit me up. This video is about knowing when you're having a spiritual message come to you. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I've experienced this throughout my own journey. And a friend of mine, and we were speaking about it, and he told me to do a video on it. So I thought it would have been a good idea, because I know a lot of people, they kind of get discouraged when certain things are happen to them. So listen, don't get discouraged when you guys feel like you're not astral projecting, or you're meditating and you're not hearing your spirit guide speak to you, or you're not hearing God speak to you, or your own voice, or when you're not experiencing the same type of like spiritual kind of messages that other people that are telling you are experiencing. It's quite all right. I don't want you to think that you're gonna go through the same thing that everyone else does, because you're not. We all have different gifts. First of all, we all have different spiritual gifts. Some of us have the ability to hear things, see things, feel things, smell things. Some of us are able to astral project off of one try. Some of us cannot. We all have different kind of like experiences. Let me try to stand still for a second. And I don't want you guys to feel discouraged because you're not getting the same kind of experiences. So some examples of some spiritual connections or messages that you may be getting. You can, like for me, for instance, now that I'm getting more in tuned, because I've been out of it. I've been in and out, just like some of you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because sometimes it gets so overwhelming, and you feel like you're really disconnecting. I've disconnected so much to the point where I had no flooring under me, no ground, no ideologies. I'm not stuck to any ideologies. I'm not attached to anyone, anything, no emotion, nothing. And I had to pull myself back because I still had to create my own reality. And I didn't know how to do that yet. And being so far out there, you won't know how to do that if you're not in tune with yourself. That's why going within is so important. So some of the things that I would experience now would be like, let's say, for instance, lately I've been saying I want to learn more about a certain type of topic. And then it would come to me in a form of someone says, hey, did you ever watch this movie? Or hey, did you ever see this video? And it would be about that topic. That is something so small that is very synchronistic, but because of that, it's also a spiritual messaging that you've received from yourself. You asked a question and you received. It doesn't have to be something elaborate as, oh, I astral projected and I got this and I got that. I've done that too. I haven't been able to do it ever since I've done it. All right. I'm sure once I start to focus on it again, I will be able to. I've had messages in my dreams that let me know exactly what's about to happen. And I normally learn the lesson by how I feel in the dream, because I know that's how I'm going to feel when I'm out of the dream. And one thing to also keep in mind, which was something that my homeboy told me, and I thought it was so on point. He says he doesn't differentiate his dreams from reality. He doesn't say, oh, I just had a dream. He just considers what he's experiencing in reality and in a dream as all experiences. He doesn't separate the two. He doesn't name them. He doesn't title them. And I think that's super dope. And I think that's something we all can take. Take all of the experience that you learn, either in reality or in your dream state, as all experiences, and learn from them. They are not separate. They're not separate. They are all coming from your spiritual self. They are all coming from within. Another example could be something as, it's so funny. There's sometimes I'm the type of person that you ask a question, I can just build on it. I love building with people. Once you have a topic, you have a question, I could build on it for days. I've done speaking engagements where they asked me to come and speak about health and fitness, because that's pretty much what my background was. And I will come on stage and I will speak for 5 minutes, let people know who I am, what I've done, blah, blah, blah. And I go straight to Q&A. Why? Because I'm more interested in answering questions, because people have concerns. There's so many times I've been on lives and there's like 300 people in the video asking questions, and maybe 10 get their questions. Hopefully, if someone asks a question already, they don't have to worry about not having the opportunity to ask a question. It's very important, because everybody's reality and experiences are slightly different in the way that they learn and they get the messages. So they want to make sure that they get the opportunity to get some type of perspective on how they can go about how to understand the experiences that they're having. So I go straight into the questions, because I want to be able to build on it, talk about my experiences, and then help you to guide you on your path. Not to say that what I'm doing is what's going to help you, but at least if you hear it from my perspective, you'll know how to go about it. I always used to hear, in some of my other videos, you hear a lot of people talk about, do this, go within, do that. And it's like, well, how do you do that? Everyone is saying the same broad statement. Go within, do this, do that, take time for yourself. And it's like, what do you do? Well, I like to get practical. You meditate. Start 5 minutes a day, 10 seconds a day, whatever. You start focusing on your breath. Maybe you start to change the foods that you're eating. Maybe you start to exercise some more, so you don't stay in such a stagnant. If your energy doesn't stay so stagnant, it doesn't move. Remember, energy should be like water. It should flow. So you need to exercise so it can move. So things like that. I like to get practical with it. So that's why I like to do these videos, because I'm more of a practical person. I don't want to keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again. What do I do? So when it comes to more spiritual messages that you get, it's not necessarily you're going to ask a question and you hear a voice answer. Some people, they can. And some people, they hear their own voice answering them. That is the God within. All right? That happens to me too. I hear my own voice all the time. I talk to myself a lot. I answer my own damn questions a lot. And lately what's been happening, because I'm getting more into this deeper work, every time I ask for something, it happens. So lately I've been asking, because I like to ask questions, I need a lot more topics, because a lot of the spiritual awakening processes that I've gone through, I've already gone through them, and I can go through them again on video in small snippets of clips, which I will. But sometimes I just want to get to the next stage, and help somebody else that's starting, and also help somebody else that's in the next stage or need practical guidance. And I also need practical guidance. I'm not the all end all be all. I still need to learn a lot as well. But I'm also more in the flow state of who I am, just really me being myself and experiencing things as they come to me, not judging them. So I would ask myself recently, man, I need some topics. I need some topics so I can just shoot out some videos, and, hopefully they're topics that people really, really are looking for. And my homeboy will hit me up and he'll be like, yo, we'll have a deep conversation about a whole bunch of things, and bang, I get some topics. I would talk to Masterly Foolish, and then we'll talk for a long time, and I'll have some topics off my head. Just communicating and engaging with other people, I'll come up with topics. My other friend hit me up and he was like, you should talk about, this experience for you, or how this happened. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I would do it like that. Because I asked the universe, I asked myself, I need some topics, show me some, as opposed to you trying to go out there and do things that other people are doing, or trying to take control when you're not in control of this, not in totality anyway. Like, you don't have just complete control. You are co-creating with the universe. You are co-creating with the energies around you. You're not just one energy. You're like a drop in the ocean, right? You're amongst all the energies around you. You guys are all part of one ocean. So you have to learn how to co-create. So understand that just because you're not getting some type of elaborate way of receiving a message, such as, you astral project and then you go into a different realm where you learn some things about yourself, or I don't know, Christ showed up, and I don't know, whatever. It's not that energy. That was an energy. That's not even a real person. Like, anything like that, don't feel bad, because some people will have the same kind of experience and most people won't. Of course, all of this takes practice. This will take practice, you guys. You want to learn more about energy, start studying Reiki, start studying Qigong. I've actually practiced Qigong with Baba Wayne Chandler. A lot of you guys know him. And if you don't, you should look him up. If you hit me up, I'll send you his email address and I'll let him know you guys will reach out to him. I've done a course with him. It's you learn a lot. You learn about the different energy ley lines in the body. You learn about the healing sounds. You learn a lot, and that has helped me a lot. And I've slipped. I haven't been keeping up with my practices, but I just started back to keep on it even more because it's so funny. Again, another spiritual message. I'm like, I want to get more into something that will heal me. And I saw a video on Mantak Chia, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I also have my classes that I've done with Baba Wayne Chandler. Let me start doing those again. And all of a sudden, somebody will send me a movie on energy healing. And then someone just asked me a question on the page, like, you should talk about the effects of masturbation on women when it comes to energy. So that's a spiritual message, letting you know that you are not only on track, but you also can talk about these things, because as you're asking for them, answers are coming to you for you to, like, confirmation. Yes, go more into this, do this, learn about numerology. So that way you learn about synchronistic thinking. When numbers shows up, you remember what you're thinking and you know what the numbers mean, and bam, you get your messages like that. So there isn't just one way to get your message, and don't feel discouraged if you're not getting any messages, because it's not like anybody is better than you. We are all one. We're all distinct in our own ways when it comes to our gifts. But at the end of the day, we're all energy, and we're all going to go back to source if we do the work. And I don't even want to say it like that, because I don't know. I don't know if you don't do the work, if you're not going to go. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that if something is calling you, definitely, at least you owe it to yourself to learn more about it and to delve into it a lot more. That way, you enliven the spirit inside you, right? You enliven and hear your thoughts a lot clearer. And once you can do that, then you can receive the spiritual messages a lot faster. All right. Peace.